Well, Joy, this is the first weekend of spring. Tomorrow, not really feeling like spring. We'll be in the mid-50s, but when you factor in the wind, it will be feeling like the 40s. The good news, we jumped to the 60s for our Sunday, a pretty decent day.
Don't forget,
Dry for our Sunday, and then widespread showers will roll in on Monday, looking like it could be an all-day event for our Monday. And then we dry out throughout the rest of the week. Cooler temperatures, upper 40s Tuesday. We'll start to see that wind roll back in, heading into Thursday, upper 50s, and then the 60s are back
this thing right here.
for next Friday.
Yeah, just sit right there with your phone.
I don't know if my charger long enough to fit like that.
Right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's long enough.
New numbers from Border Patrol tonight at 11. The first get a look at the physical border barrier to see if they're really working. Plus, the Towson women's basketball season came to an end tonight. Highlights from their first round matchup with powerhouse UConn. Next is Sports Unlimited.
It's the final days to get a great deal on a new Toyota, but time's ticking away. Wait, there, you have a little more time.
Right now, get a 2019 Camry or Corolla with special 0% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
I paid too much and this phone is terrible.
You should really stop overpaying for wireless.
And upgrade to the brilliant iPhone XR with Sprint.
Yep, both the unlimited and iPhone XR for just $35 per month.
Wait, both for that price? Both? Her first word.
And you get both on Sprint's network built for unlimited.
Switch and get both an unlimited plan and iPhone XR lease for just $35 a month. During the Invitation to Lexus sales event from Lexus, get financing as low as 0.9% on a great Lexus selection. Plus, drive the all-new Lexus UX Hybrid for $339 a month, the all-wheel drive NX for $359 a month, or the ES for $379 a month, and the all-wheel drive RX for $389 a month. It's your invitation to save from the area's first Lexus dealer, Len Stoller Lexus in Owings Mills. Advance is more than just copiers. We provide solutions and expertise like managed IT services. No downtime, cost predictability, and 24/7 support are a few of the advantages proving Advance is changing the way IT works. Plus, we provide proactive monitoring and strategic IT planning to position you for the future.
Everything's working great. Is there anything else I can help with?
No, I think we're all set, thanks. Advance. We live and breathe this stuff. It's the Sign to Sleep event at Mattress Firm. Take home a new bed at 0% APR for 6 years with $0 down and $0 due at signing. And what could be better than taking home a new bed for no money down? How about getting huge savings or a free adjustable base with a qualifying mattress? Up to a $699 value. Yours this Friday through Sunday only, absolutely free. But these deals won't last long, so don't miss out. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
It's the final days to get a great deal on a new Toyota, but time's ticking away. Wait.
Common floor. 7:24 to play, first half, and a 14-point Virginia Tech lead. If they catch you, you're out. If you go all the way, you win $1 million. Sounds like my kind of game. $1 million mile every CBS Wednesday.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial.
So free throws for Asante Guest. Started his collegiate career at Eastern Kentucky. Big scorer there. Averaged 16 a game in his freshman year. Transferring to Iowa. Complete coverage of the NCAA Division I women's tournament is on NCAA.com right now. It's Final Four.
No, he's too good at this. All right. That's only one. We have 2 points. Wofford. Is in South Carolina? Where in South Carolina? It's all the same. No. It's South Carolina. It's all the same. It's country. I'm going to take a wild guess. Aiken, South Carolina. No. Is it Wofford, South Carolina? No, it's not Wofford, South Carolina either. I actually went to a game. I didn't even know. Did I land there? want to. What is it? I do not know. It's Spartanburg. I got all that. I know that. Yeah, I can tell. Everybody know the mascot. Terriers. The Terriers. South Carolina's a big state too. Fairleigh Dickinson. It's in fairly new to you. Fairleigh Dickinson. Oh man, I don't even know what Fairleigh Dickinson is. It's somewhere on the East Coast though. Yeah, it's in New Jersey. Yeah, but I forgot the town in New Jersey. You know? I did not know the town in New Jersey. Teaneck, New Jersey. Teaneck. Oh, the mascot. Former teammate. The mascot. Anybody? Knights. Here you go. All right, let's take a look at the scoreboard. No, yes, I got more than 3. No, you didn't. 2. No, you got 6. No, you didn't. Thanks. Hey, I got Fairleigh Dickinson. That's going to do it for us here on AT&T at the half. Let's send it over to our special contributor, Phil, for some game insights.
Well, there's been a lot of great baskets so far today, guys. But the best baskets are made with all-natural organic sweetgrass. And don't let the design intimidate you. Just grab a bodkin and begin. In and out. This isn't your grandma's wicker basket. It's mine.
AT&T would like to remind you that just okay is not okay, whether it's Phil's game analysis or wireless networks. Thanks for watching.
He said he's going to take care of her. He really seems on his game. I think he's going to be a good dad.
Hardly think those stories would be appropriate.
From your days as a basketball player, Phil.
Oh, heavens, why? Those are boring.
Just okay is not okay, whether it's announcers or wireless networks. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Adam, let know. We'll pick this up tomorrow morning. That's a wrap, folks.
CBS Wednesday. From LeBron James comes the biggest reality competition ever attempted. To win, run a mile through the streets of LA. But here's the catch. You'll be chased by the lead athlete. If they catch you, you're out. If you go all the way, you win $1 million. Sounds like my kind of game. $1 million mile under CBS Wednesday.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities with a level of protection in down markets, so you can be less concerned about your retirement savings. Talk with your advisor about Shield annuities from Bright House Financial. Build for what's ahead.
Possible obstruction of justice by a president. Joining our discussion now, NBC News presidential historian Michael Beschloss. Also joining us is David Corn, who literally co-wrote the book about the Russia portion of the Mueller investigation, as he knew it, Russian Roulette by David Corn and Michael Isikoff. And Michael Beschloss, we don't know exactly what Robert Mueller's historical fluency is in the Watergate investigation, but here we have a President Trump who most likely, we don't know this yet, but most likely told Robert Mueller through his lawyers that he would plead the Fifth Amendment if questioned and subpoenaed by Robert Mueller. And there's Richard Nixon advocating pleading the Fifth Amendment, doing whatever they had to do to stonewall it and cover it up. A cover-up presidential tape on the same day. Coincidence?
I think it probably was, Lawrence, but maybe if you or I were writing this as a novel, we would have done it with a little bit more forethought, because it does have that amazing cosmic echo of what happened.
Yes, and Michael, talk about the difference in the way President Nixon approached his own investigation versus and the similarities versus the way President Trump has approached the investigation of President Trump.
Well, in Nixon's case, I mean, he should really thank Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is making Richard Nixon look so much better by comparison. Earlier today, I was talking about him, and someone was asking about Nixon versus Trump, and I said Nixon was so much more gentlemanly. You know, Lawrence, would you ever think of using the word gentlemanly in connection with Richard Nixon? That's what this has all come to. But, you know, the line that you were using from the tape of this day in 1973, those are things that Donald Trump could have said. And you have to imagine that there may be things that he's saying in private during the next couple of weeks, because as you well know, and we talked about, Elijah Cummings and others are saying that the things that the House Democrats are asking for from the Trump White House, they are stonewalling.
David Corn, collusion is not a legal term. There is no crime called collusion. But the president loves saying no collusion. You today are saying yes collusion.
I'm saying that we got caught in a trap of focusing on whether there was criminal collusion, whatever that might be, as the only standard by which you judge Trump and the Trump stealing. But if you actually look at what we know already, without the Mueller indictments, what we know is that Trump, while he was campaigning for president, he was colluding to do a business deal in Russia to make hundreds of millions of dollars, and he went to Putin's own office through Michael Cohen to get help, and he lied about that. He said he had nothing to do with Russia. Tremendous conflict of interest. We know that in June, his top three advisors, Paul Manafort, Trump Jr., and Jared Kushner, met with an emissary from a secret, Kremlin plan to help the Trump campaign win. And when that came out after the campaign, they lied about it. We know that Paul Manafort met with a Russian intelligence associate in August of 2016 while he was campaign manager at the behest of a Russian oligarch, and they discussed a Russian peace plan that would have been beneficial for Moscow while Moscow was attacking the U.S. election. And Manafort lied about it. And finally, the biggest lie of them all throughout the 2016 campaign and even afterwards, Donald Trump kept saying, Russia is not attacking the U.S. There's nothing going on here. And by doing that, he aided and abetted the Russian attack. He amplified the disinformation. So all that aside, put aside everything that Mueller might have looked at, and I'm not saying any of this is criminal, but I think this amounts to the largest scandal in American political history to have this set of events, and yet we're just overly hyper-focused on whether or not there was a crime. Sometimes the biggest scandals are not criminal.
And the president specifically colluded with Vladimir Putin by coming out and saying publicly, I believe Vladimir Putin when he says the Russians did not interfere in our election at all. That is public collusion that the president engages in, trying to help the Vladimir Putin and Russian cover-up of what our intelligence agencies say that they really did do during that election campaign. We're going to have to hear that.
Time up to this half. And if you're trying to score, you got to cut into his lead to have yourself have a good chance in that second half.
If you could summon up some defense, cut this 21-point lead in half.
Just tangled up, the official said.
So there it is. That'll happen. Harris gives us the word over here. I'll take it.
Yep, and back to less than 2 by involvement.
There's 9 minutes to go. Crawford again. He just can't buy one right now. Shaking his head all the way down. It's a short shot. On a traveling ball. Against the Knights.
That's this weekend. 22 months after this man was tapped to probe whether anyone in the Trump campaign helped Russia meddle with the 2016 election, Special Counsel Robert Mueller has just turned in the highly anticipated report summarizing his investigation. Under Special Counsel rules, Mueller submitted his confidential report directly to this man, the Attorney General William Barr, and Democrats say they might force Mueller to testify about his findings. Mueller filed charges against 34 people, including 6 people connected to the Trump campaign, but none of them were accused of helping Russia interfere with the election. Tonight, key congressional leaders, as well as those running for president, are demanding that the AG release the report.
That report needs to be made public. The American people have a right and a need to know the underlying evidence that supports that report should be made public.
That truth needs to be laid out for all Americans to be able to make informed decisions going forward, whether at the ballot box or whether in the way in which they interact with those who represent them in the House of Representatives and in the Senate.
Take a look at this picture. This is the president at his South Florida resort for the weekend with White House lawyers and senior aides. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says the White House hadn't yet received or been briefed on the report. Now, Sanders says it's up to the Attorney General as to what happens next with the report. The AG will be talking to the special counsel and Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein about what the Attorney General can release to Congress and the public. Per special counsel rules, the AG doesn't have to release the report to the public at all. Andre Hempkins, WBAL, TV 11 News.
Andre, thank you. Late tonight, a Pittsburgh jury acquitted a police officer, Michael
How many
Roscoe,
times
of the
they
death
gonna
of
do
black
this shit,
teenager Antoine Rose. There were protests outside the courthouse right after.
Alongside Joanna Pina sent us this video. This is from Baltimore City. Fast for a while there, but it wasn't actually illegal.
No, it wasn't, Stan. We had a lot of reports of that. It was what we call brothel. It's kind of a combination of snow and super cold rain. Looks more like snow than it does hail or sleet. Sleet and hail tend to be more clear, especially sleet. This was known as soft hail, if you will. It's cloudier, white, kind of snowy looking. And it's caused when snowflakes up there in the cold air get kind of coated with super cool water droplets, and so they kind of clump together and form tiny little snowballs that come down, and that's what we saw in many locations today. Very unstable atmosphere, and that was followed by gusty winds. Look at that, it's gusting to 40 miles an hour within the past hour at Easton, so those winds are still howling out of the west. We're going to continue to have that wind advisories remain in effect west of Baltimore into the mountains into the morning. So look for temperatures dropping, wind chills factoring in with those strong winds. But at least we are looking for some sunshine as we head towards morning. And most of the day tomorrow should be a nice sunny, rather chilly day as we start the first weekend of spring. More details on the weekend forecast coming up in a bit.
Tom, thank you. Baltimore City School Police are investigating a stabbing that happened near a high school with a victim, a student. 11 News reporter Vanessa Herron live in Northeast Baltimore with details. Vanessa?
The stabbing happened after school was dismissed here at Baltimore City College High School. Inside an area cordoned off by crime scene tape in Northeast Baltimore, City School Police began their investigation this afternoon. Officers responded to the Alameda near Baltimore City College High School around 3 this afternoon. According to a Baltimore City Public Schools spokesperson, a student was stabbed after school was dismissed. The student was taken to a hospital. The age and condition of that student haven't been released just yet. 3 suspects were taken into custody by school police. It's not clear if the suspects are student. At this point, police have not said what may have led to this stabbing and say that their investigation is ongoing. Reporting from Northeast Baltimore, Vanessa Herring, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, Vanessa, thank you. Meanwhile, we'll find that a Dundalk Middle School ended with a resource officer having to use pepper spray. According to Baltimore County Police, the fight started in the cafeteria at Hollywood Middle School just after noon today. After the SRO used pepper spray, a number of students complained about coughing and burning eyes, so the students were taken outside to the basketball court while the cafeteria aired out. One student went to the hospital. Classes got back to normal later in the afternoon. Another of the teens charged with raping Damascus is targeting a major pharmaceutical company, claiming it worked with a local company, claiming it worked to delay generic versions of the widely used drug Humira. Humira is made by AbbVie. It's used to treat several conditions, including rheumatoid and psoriatic arthritis, plaque psoriasis, and Crohn's disease, and others. The Baltimore City solicitor claims AbbVie illegally took steps to delay competitors to be able to create a generic drug. Because Baltimore City self-insures its employees and retiree prescription plans, the city solicitor claims there was damage because they say the drug prices were kept artificially high.
Lawmakers in Annapolis are fast-tracking measures to overhaul the University of Maryland Hospital System Board. The proposal, which had no opposition in a committee meeting today, has several points. It limits the number of board members to 25. The Speaker and Senate President will each make 2 appointments. The Governor will choose 1. And the Senate will vet candidates. The bill prohibits board members from using their office for private gain. And financial disclosure statements and potential conflicts of interest will be a requirement by law. The bill also requires a performance audit of the hospital system and internal governance review of board policies. Lawmakers from both parties showed outrage at the current controversy over board members having strong financial ties to the system.
What I want to know is who looked the other way. It is very disheartening and shocking that the commitment, confidence, and character of the system is in question.
UMMS Board Chair Stephen Birch was not at today's hearing. The bill is expected to be voted on next week.
Meanwhile, the controversial end-of-life bill made it through a key vote today, making this the furthest a bill like this has ever advanced in the Maryland General Assembly. The bill allows for terminally ill people to request medication to end their life. They must have the capacity to make medical decisions and must be able to self-administer the medication. There are several amendments which were added, including increasing the minimum age to 21, requiring a mental health evaluation. Another amendment deletes a section that gave immunity to anyone involved in the process. The bill now moves out to the full Senate, and a vote is expected next week.
Tonight we have some sad news to pass on about a local man with Down syndrome who achieved the remarkable feat of Eagle Scout. 52-year-old Matthew McLean of Annapolis has died. We met Matthew back in October of 2008 when he reached that major milestone after attending Scout meetings for 23 years. It is said that only 2 out of 100 young men achieve Eagle Scout, and Matthew, Scoutmaster at the time, reminded everyone that doctors never saw a future for him at all.
They asked the family not to take him home. They said he would not live very long.
More details, Jasper.
Jason, the biggest concern right now are the surrounding communities. That's what the Harris County Emergency Management Coordinator said tonight during the briefing. He says firefighters are standing by in case of another flare-up. Meantime, cleanup operations at the Intercontinental Terminals Company continues. The flare-up started at a couple tanks around 4 this afternoon. A runoff ditch also caught fire and caused a local bridge to close. The shelter-in-place was not activated, but tonight, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against ITC, which operates the petrochemical tank from east of Houston, saying that they need to hold the company, quote, accountable for the damage it has done to our environment. Among the chemicals released into the air this week, benzene, which can cause dizziness, rapid heartbeat, and headaches.
Asthma. And how is it being impacted, you think? You absolutely know that.
Yes, for a fact.
Well, ITC is not commenting on this pending litigation. Crews, though, will continue to drain an estimated 20,000 barrels of chemicals from a tank damaged in the original fire that lasted for days. In the studio, Ashley Henson, WBAL, TV 11 News. Ashley, thank you. An active shooter drill at a school in Indiana was meant to help everyone know how to respond in the face of terror.
But some teachers say the organizers took things way.
Life's morning madness in full swing, and the morning team that helps you pull it all together. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason here.
I'm Mindy Becerra. Welcome to 11 News Today.
With Jason, Mindy, Ava, and Lacey.
Breaking news this morning.
Showers and thunderstorms moving to the east. And a crash to tell you about.
Every day, stories live to be told, and we're here to tell them.
It's just in the 11 Newsroom. We're on the scene of breaking news.
11 News Today, weekday mornings starting at 4:30.
The mine, all mine. The woot woot. The brain bomb. These are just some of the symptoms brought on by big savings during the Hyundai Spring.